Can you believe it? In a distant land surrounded by mountains, there is a place where women enjoy unprecedented freedom. Even if they are married, they can freely interact with others without facing criticism. It's like one day you go to work in the fields, carrying a gun with you, but that's not even the strangest part. There's also a mysterious illness here that even the medical community is powerless against. During the day, patients appear completely normal, but at night, they fall into a state where they can't be awakened, as if they were dead. We're talking about Pakistan, a country that's both warm and hospitable, yet constantly challenges your understanding of the world. The countless mysteries and stark contrasts here are truly captivating. So, what exactly is happening in this place? And the truth behind that mysterious illness will be revealed at the end of the video. Don't change the channel, because every detail will exceed your imagination. The Kalash people, an independent tribe, live here, making it an ideal place for the happiest women in the world. Here, even after marriage, women are free to have sexual relations with others. Pakistan covers an area of 77,980 square kilometers, which means its size is about 21 times that of Taiwan. The population here is also extremely dense, reaching over 245 million people, which is about 11 times the population of Taiwan. But what makes this land truly special is the existence of a rare and unique group, the Kalash people. They have lived in the Kalash Valley, deep within the Hindu Kush Mountains for thousands of years. The Kalash people are very different from the majority of dark-skinned Pakistanis. They possess a unique beauty and are known as the people of beauty because of their fair skin and brown eyes, with some even having blue eyes like Europeans. The total population of this tribe is only about 3,000 people, a small community, yet one filled with many fascinating things. According to legend, they are descendants of Alexander the Great's army. However, contrary to the image of fierce warriors, the Kalash people possess a spirit of peace. Their lives are filled with joy and optimism. One particularly impressive and unforgettable feature is the Kalash people's unique perspective on marriage and gender freedom. Here, women have the freedom to choose their partners without any restrictions, and they can even do so openly in front of their husbands. Couples in the tribe who have feelings for each other can freely start a relationship without having to follow any strict rules. If they feel they are no longer compatible, they can break up immediately. Finding a new partner is all very natural and comes without any pressure. What's even more remarkable is that married women in the Kalash tribe can leave their families to pursue new love without facing any social criticism. This phenomenon has even become a part of the annual festival held every May. The festival lasts for 3 days, during which women gather together to sing and dance, while the men are responsible for encouraging them and accompanying them by playing drums, flutes, and other instruments, as well as clapping along to add to the excitement. This is also an ideal opportunity for women to seek new love outside of their existing marriages. However, if a man wishes to formally marry a married woman, he must complete the process of compensating for the gifts. This procedure requires the woman to write a letter informing that her new lover needs to return the gifts to her former husband. What's unique is that the compensation gifts must be double the original amount. For example, if the former husband gave 1 cow at the wedding, then the new lover must provide 2 cows in order to be officially recognized as the husband. If this condition cannot be met, the relationship will be considered an informal relationship and may even spark disputes between families or clans. Interestingly, although the Kara people were once named the happiest community in the world by a magazine, what's hard to understand is that women here rarely smile, especially when they encounter men. However, sometimes you can still see little girls of the Kara tribe greeting others by kissing the back of their hand. Such behavior is both intimate and natural, creating a scene that is both striking and unique. Farmers go to the fields carrying guns. Can you imagine a farmer going to work in the fields with a gun? Perhaps this sounds unfamiliar, but in Pakistan it is a part of everyday life. In this country, owning and using firearms is a very common thing. It is not uncommon for farmers in Pakistan to carry guns to the fields. This has even become a unique characteristic of this land. Pakistan has the 7th largest army in the world, and guns are regarded not only as tools, but also as symbols of self-defense. Locals believe that carrying a firearm is the best way to protect themselves and their families from danger. What's even more remarkable is that in Pakistan, buying and selling guns is even easier than buying a bundle of vegetables at the market. Where there is demand, there is naturally supply. As a result, firearms have become a very common commodity, and are easily traded in daily life. The village of Dara Adam Khel, located in Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, is famous for a very unique industry. 75% of the village's population is involved in this trade, and the illegal production and sale of firearms has been passed down through several generations. The tradition of fathers passing the craft to their sons has become one of the defining features of this place. When you step onto the main street of the village, you'll immediately see numerous shops on both sides selling weapons. These stores are filled with all kinds of arms, ranging from pistols, submachine guns, and Kalashnikovs to automatic rifles, and even rocket-propelled grenades and landmines. All of these weapons are manufactured with astonishing precision. The prices of these products also surprise many people. A handmade pistol here sells for only 47 tals, which is much cheaper than imported pistols. The latter can cost 3 to 4 times as much. Remarkably, local craftsmen need just 10 days to complete a newly emerged replica submachine gun for the market. Once they have the first sample, it takes only 2 to 3 days to produce subsequent versions. No one knows exactly when the illegal gun manufacturing industry in Dara Adam Khel village began, but the village's golden era dates back to 1979. At that time, the outbreak of conflict in Afghanistan turned Dara Adam Khel into the largest illegal firearms supply center in the region. In areas of Pakistan close to the borders with Bangladesh and Afghanistan, the rate of gun usage is also much higher than in other regions. However, in Pakistan's major cities, gun use is subject to much stricter regulation. Residents who wish to own firearms must apply for a license, and these licenses must correspond to the specific type of firearm they intend to use. For the wealthy class, personal protection has become an indispensable part of daily life. Whenever they go out, they usually bring along a team of armed bodyguards or hire police officers for escort. However, it is worth noting that police officers in Pakistan usually wear clothing similar to that of ordinary citizens, making it quite difficult to distinguish them from private bodyguards. India and Pakistan. Let's take a look at the unique flag lowering and border closing ceremony between India and Pakistan. This is a special event that attracts tourists from all over the world. Every evening at dusk, thousands of people gather at the Wagah border between India and Pakistan. They come to witness the spectacular flag-lowering ceremony conducted by the armies of both countries. This ceremony has been held since 1959. Every evening at dusk, the border guards of India and Pakistan don their distinctive military hats and perform an intense and highly synchronized marching display. Indian soldiers wear bright red fan-shaped hats, while the Pakistani side sports black fan-shaped hats. The soldiers from both countries carry out an exceptionally powerful and imposing ceremony that lasts for 45 minutes. During the ceremony, both national anthems are played, creating an atmosphere that is solemn and full of ritual, yet also infused with subtle tension and humor. The soldiers display exaggerated high-kicking movements. It's as if they're competing to see who is more flexible, while their heavy steps stomp on the ground, producing sounds as loud as gunshots. One of the highlights of the ceremony is the emotionally charged eye contact between the soldiers. Sometimes it's full of provocation, and other times it appears highly dramatic. As the sun sets, the national flags of both countries are slowly lowered and carefully folded, and the ceremony concludes with two soldiers firmly shaking hands. The atmosphere is filled with diplomatic overtones. Afterwards, the border gate is slowly closed, symbolizing the separation between the two countries. What makes this ceremony so captivating is that it reflects the turbulent relationship between India and Pakistan, even though the two nations are often in a state of conflict and tension. Yet this ceremony continues to be held regularly, serving as a symbol of the rivalry between the two countries, while also highlighting the rich cultural contest between them. So, what do you think? Is this a polite provocation, or a dignified contest between two neighboring countries? There is a path at the riverbank grassland, known as the Road of Death. When you set foot on it, many people can't help but silently recite Buddhist prayers, or hope for the protection of their ancestors in their hearts, because its level of danger is unparalleled. This road leads to Fairy Meadows. This place is hailed as a paradise on earth, but it is also famous for having one of the most terrifying roads in the world. Fairy Meadows is located in Pakistan, and serves as the gateway to the majestic Nanga Parbat mountain. This mountain is the 9th highest peak in the world, with an elevation of 8,126 meters, making it a popular destination for mountaineering enthusiasts and nature explorers. But reaching this beautiful land is no easy feat. First, you need to take a jeep ride along this death road, a winding path clinging to the edge of a cliff, with many sections only wide enough for a single vehicle. When a car approaches from the opposite direction, the driver must stop at a wider spot to let it pass, making every turn tense and calculated. On some stretches, it even feels like the wheels are barely clinging to the edge of the road, sending chills down your spine. Because of the extreme danger of this route, only drivers with professional licenses and extensive experience are allowed to drive here. A single mistake could have catastrophic consequences. In addition, many sections of the road are reinforced with temporary stones wedged between steep cliffs, or require crossing rickety, makeshift wooden bridges suspended in mid-air. After about an hour and a half of tense driving, the jeep will bring you to the foot of the mountain. From here, you have two options to continue your journey to Fairy Meadows, which sits at an altitude of over 3,300 meters. The first is to go on foot, which takes about 4 to 5 hours. The second is to rent a horse for the climb. Although the journey is tough, the scenery along the way is absolutely stunning, making all the effort worthwhile. In spring, nighttime temperatures at Fairy Meadows can drop to 0 degrees Celsius, bringing a biting cold, yet the place remains so dreamlike. It's worth noting that Fairy Meadows is not the final destination. If you want to reach the base camp at the foot of Nanga Parbat, you'll need about 3 more hours of travel. Here, the snow-covered foothills present a magnificent natural landscape that leaves everyone in awe. Besides Fairy Meadows, Pakistan also has another unmissable dangerous road, the Karakoram Highway, which is hailed as the 8th wonder of the human world. With its reputation, this road undoubtedly deserves to be ranked among the most challenging routes in the world. In 1959, the governments of Pakistan and China collaborated to begin construction on this historic road, but it was not completed until 20 years later. The highway stretches over 1,094 kilometers, starting from a point 14 kilometers outside the capital, Islamabad. It passes through Punjab province, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, Gilgit-Baltistan, and crosses into Xinjiang, China, finally ending at Khunjerab. The process of building this road was anything but easy. The construction teams faced treacherous snow-capped mountains and sudden rockfalls, and countless hidden dangers. During the arduous 20 years of work, nearly 1,000 workers lost their lives. This road is hailed as legendary, not only because of its length or the hardships of its construction, but also because of its unique location. This highway is situated at an altitude of 4,600 meters, stretching along the Karakoram mountain range, which is one of the most magnificent and treacherous mountain ranges in the world. The region is frequently struck by natural disasters, with calamities ranging from flash floods to landslides occurring one after another. Pakistan's unique vehicles. Despite the dangers of this road, people still drive those flamboyantly decorated vehicles on it, which is practically like tempting fate. These brightly colored and intricately carved trucks and buses are not just means of transportation, but also unique cultural symbols. Decorating a vehicle like this is quite expensive. The exterior decorations alone cost about $3,000 to $5,000, and if you want to upgrade further and decorate both the interior and exterior, the cost can reach up to $7,000. Although many people consider this a significant expense, for Pakistani drivers and vehicle owners, it is a passion they simply cannot give up. Vehicle decoration not only expresses individuality and emotion, but also reflects religious views, and is even seen as an effective way to attract customers. Owners usually allow drivers to use their creativity freely, turning the vehicle into a moving work of art, rich with cultural characteristics. Birds, especially stylized birds, are often the focal point of vehicle decorations and appear on almost every vehicle. In addition, you can also see images of mosques, horses, airplanes, and even famous singers. The intricacy of the interior decorations in these vehicles often surpasses the splendor of their exteriors. For outsiders, it might be difficult to notice the differences, but experienced drivers can easily guess where a vehicle comes from just by its decorative style. Trucks from the Balochistan and Peshawar regions typically use a lot of wood in their decorations, giving them a traditional feel. In contrast, vehicles from Rawalpindi and Islamabad tend to prefer modern plastic materials. Some decorative artists even used camel bones to add a unique local touch. According to data from 2005, Karachi is the city with more than 5,000 craftsmen engaged in bus and truck decoration, making it the largest in the world. This number is astonishing and also proves the deep connection between this craft and the local culture. So what do you think of these colorful buses? Don't hesitate. Share your thoughts, whether you have any or not, in the comments below. Despite their extremely gorgeous exteriors, the interiors of these Islamabad vehicles are actually very simple and plain. They are entirely handmade, with no use of any modern assembly lines. Every wooden slat and every steel bar is welded by hand. The chassis is assembled piece by piece, then the exterior is covered with various protective panels, and finally, it undergoes meticulous painting. They are then transformed into vibrant, colorful, mysterious diseases of the 1980s, alive by day, gone by night. In a small village in Pakistan called Mian Kundi, two brothers developed a strange, never-before-seen illness. This phenomenon led to them being called the children who live by day and die by night. Abdullah and Shoaib Aman have had this condition since birth. Their lives are closely tied to the cycle of the sun. Every day, around 4 in the morning, when the first rays of sunlight come in, they become energetic and full of life, just like any other normal children. But by evening, when the sun sets, their bodies become completely paralyzed. They can't open their eyes, can't see up close, and can't move at all. This condition lasts throughout the night, until the dawn light shines again and their bodies return to normal. The lives of the two brothers seem to be entirely dictated by sunlight. One of the affected children once shared that the initial symptoms were jaw pain and toothache, and gradually his whole body entered a state where he couldn't speak or move. After that, their hands and feet also began to ache intensely, completely losing strength. As a result, the family had to take care of them at all times and set strict rules, requiring them not to go too far and to be sure to return home before sunset. This strange phenomenon not only caused concern among the families, but also attracted widespread attention from the scientific community. However, the true cause of this illness remains a mystery. Initially, doctors suspected that the brothers' unusual condition was related to sunlight, but after conducting experiments, this hypothesis was disproven, as the two brothers remained in a completely dark room, or could still move normally even during cloudy or stormy weather. The doctors also ruled out the possibility of temporary paralysis or sleep paralysis. When the diagnosis reached a bottleneck, the research team discovered a startling fact. The boys' parents were close relatives, and out of their 6 children, 2 had died at a young age. The remaining 2 brothers became living fossils. The other 2 healthy children showed no abnormal symptoms at all. However, this genetic link is currently only a hypothesis, and there is no concrete evidence to verify it yet. In the end, scientists stepped in to search for answers, and the diagnostic results showed these 2 boys may be suffering from a rare genetic syndrome called Mia syndrome. This is an extremely rare congenital disease, with only about 600 cases recorded worldwide. In order to improve this condition, 27 experts from Pakistan collaborated with doctors from 11 different countries. A treatment method using dopamine was proposed, aiming to regulate this imbalance in the brain, and a miracle happened. Abdul Rashid and his brother experienced, for the first time, what it was like to live a normal life at night. After sunset, they were able to eat, talk, and live normally, which was undoubtedly a major breakthrough, not only for these 2 boys, but also a ray of hope for all patients suffering from this rare disease. Please leave your comments below to share this joy with Abdul and show AB. Now, with a close-up on food, our unusual journey brings us back once again to the Kalash Valley. Here, many things related to food, transportation, and even daily life are truly unique. If you are curious about the food, drinks, and modes of transportation here, then this will be a fascinating journey of exploration. As for food, the cuisine in Kalash is simple, yet full of traditional flavors. The large round flatbread you often see in Indian movies is actually called Punjabi chapati. This bread is made from flour mixed with water, then kneaded, rolled into thin sheets, and baked on a hot pan until golden brown. Besides that, there is also a special black soup, which is usually served as a dessert, or as a delicacy to be tasted first. It is very well suited to the local climate and culture. Regarding wedding customs, a major feature of weddings here is the separation of men and women, with guests from both sides kept completely apart, each having their own exclusive space. This custom clearly demonstrates the differences from the cultures of other countries, and also reflects the unique social structure and traditions of the local area. As for the roads in Kalash, they are truly a major challenge. This place is not suitable for luxury sports cars, because rough and bumpy roads full of potholes are a common sight here. Especially on some sections of the road, one side is a bottomless cliff, while the other side is a steep mountainside. The area is surrounded by rocky mountains and small streams, and occasionally you might see a few animals leisurely passing by. After overcoming these treacherous stretches, you will arrive at the residential area, where the courtyard houses are simple and unadorned. At the same time, this showcases the unique character of this land. As for the schools, one particularly striking image here is that the desks are set up outdoors. Don't expect modern facilities or cool air conditioning. The conditions here are very basic, yet even so, the students are still able to adapt. And they never complain, because they are used to this kind of environment. Fortunately, the literacy rate here is quite high. Only about 2% of the population is illiterate, which is much lower than India's 34.6%. That brings our exploration of Pakistan to an end. What impressed you the most? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to support us. And remember to click on the other videos in the corner of the screen to keep exploring more interesting content. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you again in the next video.